Comfort destroys lives, at least in my opinion. Hi guys, how's it going? Uh, Ideally, many people would love to have a steady job that pays well, some friends, some hobbies, and a typically, I would say, healthy life. Okay, some sunlight, some activities, some communication with other people that almost everybody needs, if not everyone. And the thing is that if everybody have all those things, they probably would be satisfied and they are going to stay comfortable based on that, right? So I'm making this video to point out to myself at least that even though comfort is something that we are searching as a human being, the brain is designed to search for comfort and stay there because it is comfortable, let's say. And I'm saying this because I'm right now in a relatively good job that pays me relatively well. And the point is that I would love to do other things that I think I would rather did earlier, and I didn't do because of comfort, because I'm saying that I have this job that I'm in right now. I'm able to go to other activities that I'm interested in, such as playing tennis, for example, have some friends, communicate with other people, have some relationships as well. And since I have all the entire package, why would someone go outside from that? Right? Does that make sense? And so I'm seeing this in a way that it resigns, not it resigns actually, it reminds me that I wanted to do other things some years ago. For example, starting YouTube way earlier, but I never did because I was comfortable. And essentially, that comfort destroys more than it helps. And the thing is that it is so hidden, the so-called destruction of the comfort of being comfortable, because we need it. I mean, it's like needing a person that is harming you secretly, but you know it's harmful for you because it doesn't give you the feedback that you need from a healthy relationship. And so, even though I enjoy comfort, I normally shouldn't say this, but I actually like comfort. I should find ways to get away from being comfortable simply because I've forgotten what it means for me to live a life of adversity. And in adversity, essentially, you grow up as a person. And essentially, if you live a life without any difficulties at all, it becomes a stale, a kind of blank, kind of empty existence. That everything is perfect, but not the way that actually resembles yourself. It's essentially a way that it points out to you that there's something wrong with this way of living. If everything is stable and perfect the way they are, without actually having any purpose inside of it. For example, the job I'm in right now is not a job that I'm actually a very big fan of. But for the time being, I think I'm good, and I don't really want to be in that kind of job for many years to come. But the thing is that if I stay a lot in that, I start to learn the job better, which by extension makes me want to stay more because of course I like the job and I'm gonna get paid more. And as a consequence, I'm not doing really the things that I want to do in the time span in the time span of the work that I'm doing right now, because I want to substitute eventually my work with something much more meaningful and something that hits home much more. And I would like to say that it's worth it. It's one of the regrets that I'm saying to myself that I would love not to have, because even though life's just too uncertain to have regrets, it's almost certain to have regrets by not doing things that you really want to do, had the curiosity about it and never did. For the simplest things. And the thing is, comfort really is against you when it comes to those things. You essentially want to live, and you have a, how shall I say this? You have an orientation sometimes. Some people may as well have the orientation to prove themselves to themselves and to other people as well, but mostly to their own, such as me to myself, right? And I wanted to make this to just say, just for me at least, I should take more risks, and by extension, I believe that you could also take more risks, because it could be better for you to take some risks rather than not taking them and have the curiosity of thinking, what would that be if I tried more, if I was more brave? What would happen if I wasn't so afraid? And that's the thing that I'm also doing on purpose. I don't want to be afraid. So by extension, if I don't want to be afraid, I'd rather do things that are against essentially my will, and I don't really want to do until I do them and say, okay, that wasn't so bad. So speak to the girl, dare the activity, do the hard thing, for example. And I'm saying this for the most part to keep your heads up, to remind yourself that it's better to try rather than not, especially for the things that you want to do. And who cares if you fail in the first time? I don't know if I'm doing any service with these videos, but I want to eventually learn to make great content. And essentially what I'm doing right now is to make the attempts that prove that at least I tried, and even if it's bad, well, I'm presenting to myself the side of the content that it is bad, that I have to improve for me to have a better quality video or production for content, right? So the idea is that if I want to be good at something, I must prove to myself where I am bad at it, where I suck at it, because I'm not good at making videos for the time being. And I must fail enough for me to take the feedback and actually connect with many people and see whether or not I'm giving the message that I really want to them, and also being able to communicate with my people who see the video. And thank you so much for your time. And so I wanted to do this small video, for my taste at least, small video, because I'm out of time. I need to sleep for me to go to the next day and work, and eventually I'll continue making more videos about either my life or other things or other concepts that I think I found interesting. And until then, I think I'm going to thank you for your time. I'm going to give you some good night, at least for me, it's nighttime. And see you later, my friends. Thank you so much. And comfort is our enemy, so let's do our thing and let's be brave to do things that we want. Okay? Okay, thank you. Goodbye.